So here we go. I typed this in already, did I? Maybe not. No, I didn't. I'm going to type that. So obviously, you should recognize that this is a linear. The leading coefficient is negative, so you expect this. The y-intercept is the constant. It has no variable attached to it. So it's 0, 120, right? So basically what that tells you, and I know what you're saying, Mr. Erickson, I thought you always told us that, this is going to be up front. Not necessarily. You just go look at it, you're like, oh, it's linear, and this is my leading coefficient, which is negative. So this is what you're expecting. At 120 we start, and then we drop from there. Okay? So determine the amount of fuel in the tank before Mr. D leaves the gas station. Well, before I answer this, I'm going to figure out what is what here. This is my Y, which is volume of fuel, and D is my X value, which is the distance that I've driven. So as I drive, the volume drops. So at the very beginning, right, before I even leave the gas station, it's the y-intercept, which is 0, 120. So 120 liters is the answer there, okay? That's it. No, nothing else. So even if you just put 120 liters down, you technically are okay. Mr. D needs to take make a stop, which is 325 kilometers away from the starting point. Very important, not to the destination, but from the start. How much fuel is left in the tank? So basically, if X is that, what is Y? So you should think of, okay, this is definitely asking me to use this. And it's okay to plug in 325 into the equation and get it that way. But sometimes they look ugly. Okay, so Y is, in this case, 71.25 liters. But maybe I should stop for a bit and just make sure this actually works out. So my window is not really good, so I'm going to go zoom standard. Doesn't work for me. Maybe I'll try zoom fit. It works pretty good, but remember, zoom fit doesn't really, it messes up with the negatives, especially with the X min. So I'm going to go -2, and my Y min, I'm also going to go -5 or -10. Try it again. So now it's not as steep going down. I'm going to continue with my X max. What is it? I should probably go 500 because I'm already talking about a distance of 325. Let's try 1,000. There we go. So that is a pretty good window. You go second trace value. X is equal to 325. So that's where you get your 71.25 liters from. Yes?
So I got the answer, but I didn't do my work. Is that the
So how did you get your answer? Did you use the calculator or?
Yeah, I used the calculator.
So half off today. So you want to show a little bit like what buttons are you pressing. If you use technology, they want us to tell the marker how did you get there. Okay, next. Mr. D's final destination is 850 kilometers away from a starting point. Will he be able to make it before he runs out of fuel? There are two ways of doing this. I'm going to say I will check how far can I drive with an empty tank. Let's figure that out. So Y2 is equal to 0, second trace intersect. Okay, so basically when I'm here, I know I'm out of gas. I can't go any further. So I'll compare my distance with this and see. So Y2 is equal to 0, graph, second trace intersect, enter 3 times. This is 800, 0. Okay, oh, you can't see that, my bad. So it appears that I don't, right? I can't make this in one like without refueling, because I can only drive 800 and then I'm out of gas. So the answer, so this would be 1 mark for you. If I see you doing some sort of work where you find the distance that you're able to drive, that's 1, and then he will not, right? He will not, since the maximum distance is 800 kilometers on a full tank. So that's where the second mark comes in. So 1 mark for this, 1 mark for that. You can't just say, yeah, no, maybe. You have to show exactly how you determined that. How else could you have done this? Second trace, you could have gone second trace 1, put in 850, and now I'm in the negatives, right? Like you're somewhere in the negatives here, which is another way to show that it doesn't work. Okay? We're good? So now graphing. So this is volume in liters, and this is distance in kilometers. So you got to make sure you have that labeled if you want the full marks. I need to go as high as 120, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, perfect. And then here I need to go up all the way to 800. So 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000. So that works perfectly. This is the max I can drive. This is the max that the tank can hold. Right? There is a restriction on either end. There's no way around it. So this is 120 minus 0.15 D. So that would be a good graph. So I would be looking at labels. So we'll make this worth 2 marks. So 1 mark for labels and another mark for scale/shape. So today we're just going to get 2 marks here because a linear isn't quite as difficult to graph. Anything with a curve, you need to find more points. Yeah. That's fine, as long as it's consistent. So if you go 30, 60, 90, that's fine. If you go 15, 30, 45, I just need consistency. If you go up by a different number, I don't care, as long as it's consistent. Your graph will look slightly differently, but we're talking about the same graph. It's just graphed on a different plane, okay? All right. State the restrictions on the domain and range. So this is another weird way of asking for the domain and range. So the domain is from driving 0, you can just park and not drive, all the way to 800. That is your domain. So you get 1 mark for square brackets, for the appropriate brackets, sorry, half a mark, and half a mark for the correct values. So if your values are flipped or wrong, you lose half, but if you have square brackets on either end, you get half. So that's how we mark that. Range, you can go as low as 0 on your volume and as high as 120. Always, always, always smallest first, largest second. Always. Don't flip that, please. Because even if the numbers are right, if you don't have them in the right order, you lose the half mark for that. You may still get half a mark for the brackets. You will see when we do the other functions that there are some round brackets. Some round brackets will appear shortly, but for now, basically, you don't have to worry about it. Unless, listen carefully, what would the domain have been if this had not been a word problem? Negative infinity to positive infinity. Same with my range. Got it? But there's a word problem, so we can't do that. You can't drive indefinitely. I mean, that'd be lovely, right? No, don't worry about gas, just keep going. But unfortunately, that's not true. So 2, 4, 6, 8 for this page. Backside. Okay, so I don't know how you did this, but I would say maybe this this is linear, leading coefficient is positive, that's what I know here, and the y-intercept is 0.5. So I'm going to go look for it. This is linear, both of the leading coefficients are positive, so that doesn't narrow it down, right? Which one has a y-intercept of 0.5? Yeah, so you can either do B, or you write down the equation, whatever, however you matched it, as long as I see that, okay? So now this one is out. I find, so obviously this has to be the other one, right? There's no other, that's the only other option. I do notice that it goes through -8 and the leading coefficient is positive. So leading coefficient positive, linear, 0, -8. So that leaves me with the other two. The other two are both cubic. But what do we know about this one? This one is cubic. What else do we know about the leading coefficient? It starts here and it goes to here. You see that? In general, it's negative. And the y-intercept is 0.4. So which one of these two has a negative leading coefficient? This guy right here. And it has a 4 here, so it double confirms. It triple confirms. It's cubic. It matches the leading coefficient. It matches the y-intercept. So this is A. Therefore, this is D. Okay? And this is C, obviously. So that's how you should have matched it. Sorry. So I'll add more and more down the road. Like I'll have like 6 or 8, and you have to match them. Yeah. Yes. One last one here. You want a quadratic, so it has to be like this or like this. Negative leading coefficient. Oh, which one of these two am I picking then? This one is gone, right? The range is less than or equal to 3. So basically, if you can just do this, what I would do is I would make the vertex be the top here, and just make sure that the vertex has a coordinate of 3, right? That's what I'm looking for. Because, and it doesn't matter where you put this parabola, as long as it is the highest is 3, you're good to go, okay? So 1 mark, I would say all or nothing here. There's no halfers on this one. So you get 5 marks for the back side. It's like a redemption